Uniqueness is your superpower. After a successful but unfulfilling career in tech, I set off to uncover what makes people successful and satisfied. I discovered the systems of astrology and human design, studied and applied them for years, and exchanged my 9 to 5 for the entrepreneur's adventure. Now I share insight from the cosmic cutting edge. This podcast is for ambitious people ready to use their unique genius to create wealth, positive impact, and personal fulfillment. We'll talk personal branding, business, and leadership. Time to be courageous and seen. Let's reach for the stars. Hello, hello. Let's talk about how you know if you're on the right track or not. I think that this is a major pain point. It's like a major point of pain, of frustration, of just disappointment, of kicking oneself that we often feel in life, and we don't exactly know what the solution is, right? I remember so clearly when I was in my corporate job here in London. I remember I was working at one of the big four as a management consultant in technology. Great job, high flying job. Love the expense account, miss the expense account, right? Like getting to fly all over the world, go to these incredible places, work with these incredible brands, getting to, eat great food, meet interesting people. And for people to automatically, when they ask me, what do you do? I would tell them and they would automatically think I was smart. And my ego loved that, right? It loved that. And for a while, it was enough. For a while, it was good enough. But there was this moment, that was this inkling that I had when I knew that I was not on the right path. And it felt devastating because I had worked so hard to get to this point. Through my life, no one ever thought I was smart, right? Like I wasn't the smart kid in school when I was really young. I felt like I had to overachieve and overwork and get the A plus, not just the A minus, and really work to prove myself. And finally, here I was living in London, having this glamorous life, going out every weekend, like great group of friends, whatever. And it just wasn't working. How do you know if you're on the right path? It was devastating. It was so frustrating. And there is a way. And I wish I had known this way when I was in my early to mid 20s. I wish I had known how to identify that I wasn't on the right path. What happened to me is what happens to most of my clients, and probably a lot of you listening, which is the pain of frustration and disappointment and lostness just got too strong. And finally, it was like, something's got to give. I've got to figure this out. And in the end, I ended up locking myself in my room over a weekend with a bunch of sticky notes and a Sharpie pen. This is, consultant life. I am a consultant. I can, out PowerPoint anyone. Okay. I am a consultant to my core. But yeah, I got the sticky notes and the Sharpie pen out, and I was like, all right, I'm not leaving this room until I figure this out. I'm not leaving this room until I figure out what is the path, because this isn't it. And if this isn't it, something else is. Okay, so let's talk about how you know. It's not just like a willy-nilly intuitive thing that's very vague. There is a specific way that you can know if you are on the right path or not, and it is hidden in your human design. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get into this because I know this is going to save lives. Like this is gonna save people from a life of boredom and drudgery. Like, this is really important stuff. When I first became a coach, I started off as a life path coach or a purpose coach, like life purpose, life path. Like, that's kind of what I called myself. Now I give myself many different names. I'm an identity coach, I'm a business coach, I'm a cosmic coach, all these kinds of things. But a lot of my work comes down to path and purpose. And human design is such an incredible system because, it uses astrology as well as the chakra system, the I Ching, the Kabbalah tree of life. It merges all of these systems together, but astrology is such a backbone of this system, and it really helps you to see when things are going wrong so that you can snap back onto the past. I always give this metaphor with human design, that human design is like the how, and it's like a rubber band. We have this pathway in our life that we were like born to walk. It's our choice, but we're born to walk it. And we're like, it was sometimes we get off the path and we just stretch and stretch and stretch, whether it's childhood conditioning or our parents or someone we're trying to prove ourselves to, and we get so far off and then it has to snap back. That rubber band has to snap us back onto the path, and it is not a comfortable process, let me tell you. I know you already know this. Okay, so in your human design, there is something called the signature. If you have heard of this before, I am so excited for you. It is an incredible compass and an incredible guidepost to people who are looking for greater fulfillment in life, greater fulfillment, greater enjoyment, greater just being filled with light. Okay. So there's something called the signature, and it's an emotion. So based on your human design type, there is an emotion that you will feel when you are in alignment and when you are doing it, when you are doing what you are here to do, when you are on the right path, whatever that path is. Paths can change also. I want to say, I know I'm saying there's one path, but that one path can have many forks, okay? It can have many adventures that you're going to go on. You might be like me and you think you want to be a foreign ambassador or a cultural attaché, because I like that name, and you go and work for the foreign service for a while. And then you realize that is not it. Maybe you love fashion, and then you go, I'm giving examples from my own life, and you go and work at a top PR firm and work in fashion. You realize that's not it. Maybe you go and you think, well, okay, I'll go into consulting because that's a great way to make money. Okay, that's not it. Now I'm a coach. That's it. Here we go. So it's not about just one adventure. You can have many adventures, but there is a path. So the signature is an emotion. There's a negative emotion, there's a positive emotion. So the negative emotion is what you're going to feel when you're out of alignment. The positive emotion is what you're going to feel when you're in alignment. I'm going to give them to you short and sweet, and I want you to like marinate on this. Think about it. Think about how often you feel this. This is like a little exercise I always give to my clients. Like, sit down, look yourself in the mirror, percentage wise. What percent of my life, maybe you're thinking about career, what percentage of my working life do I feel this? And what percentage do I feel this? That's your analysis. That's your starting point. Now you know what you're going to work on. Now you know where you're going to go. You're seeking that emotion, the thing that you can do or create or be or experience that helps you to feel that emotion. So let's start with manifestors first. If you're a manifestor in human design, congratulations. You are only 8 to 9% of the population. You are here to be a disruptor, honey. I love the manifestor energy. So the negative emotion is anger, and the signature is peace. So how you'll know if you are on the right path is if you are feeling peace in what you're doing. You feel at peace. Like, yeah, of course, there's always going to be ups and downs every day. We wake up on the wrong side of the bed. We have a bill due. We have, someone is acting wild. And, of course, yes, of course, life. But in general, you are feeling peace. That is the emotion, maybe more than 50% of the time. Peace. You're like, yes, I just feel such peace when I do this thing. So that's manifestors. Projectors. The negative emotion is bitterness. And it's interesting because I ran a mastermind just for projectors last year, and everyone in there was saying for them, it's not exactly bitterness, it's disappointment. And I think they're very connected, right? Bitterness and disappointment are very connected. So projectors, the negative emotion is like bitterness that can feel like disappointment, like, oh, it just didn't work. I put all this effort in, and what screw this, right? That kind of feeling. And then the signature is success. This is what you're going for. By success, I don't only mean money. I mean whatever success is for you, whatever that feeling feels like. It could be confidence, whatever that is for you, success. What makes you feel success? That is your signature as a projector. Generators. Negative emotion is frustration. Same for manifesting generators. I'm a manifesting generator. I know how it feels, right? Frustration. You're just like, oh, why isn't this working? Why am I not excited about this? Like on paper, it's great, but in reality, it doesn't feel good. It feels frustrating. Generators and manifesting generators, your signature is satisfaction. And in fact, manifesting generators, because you're a hybrid type, you have satisfaction and peace. I mean, what does it mean to be satisfied? Ooh, I get so tingly when I hear the word satisfied. Like it's just everything to me. And if you're a generator, a manifesting generator, you know what I mean. It's like that feeling of a job well done. It's just like, I'm just satisfied. Sometimes I look around at my life, I'm like, I'm just satisfied. This is so good. This is so good. This is what I was missing at my job, at my corporate job. And now here it is. Doesn't mean it's always easy, but this is the feeling. Then last but not least, we have reflectors. Congratulations, 1% of the population. You are so rare. And your negative emotion is disappointment. So it's like looking around and being like, this is not what I expected. This is worse. Your signature is surprise. And might I add on to that, I would say surprise and delight. You know what that feels like when you're just like, I didn't know it could be like this. I didn't know that this experience was going to lead to this. I didn't know that this person and me were going to click like this. Is that like surprise and delight? Like you tried something new, you ventured out, you followed your instinct, and you just got surprised and delighted by life. That is your signature as a reflector. I would love for you to tell me if you're watching this on YouTube, tell me in the comments. If you want to come onto Instagram, TikTok, message me. How does this resonate with you? Do you feel your signature more than 50% of the time? If you're working on career right now, what about that? If you're working on a personal relationship right now, what about that? When you're out of alignment, you're going to have this little canary in the coal mine, this little warning bell, this little amber flag that's going to pop up and say, hey, you're feeling really angry a lot these days, manifester. You're feeling really disappointed and bitter a lot these days, projector. You're feeling really frustrated, generators and manifesting generators. You're feeling really disappointed a lot, reflector. Like, what's going on? There's something going on. Let's like investigate. Let's get curious. Let's not beat ourselves up. Let's not be defeatist. But there's something off, and we're going to figure out what that is. And then you also have the green flag of all green flags: peace, success, satisfaction, peace again, satisfaction again, surprise and delight. These are the feelings, these are the emotions that help you to know with certainty that you are on the right path. I love you. I hope this inspired you today, and I will see you soon. Keep reaching for the stars.